This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, the tale is still unfolding, but Dunedin's urgent doctors have not fared well from the recent weather bomb. Reese Witherspoon and Oprah Winfrey require navigation safety bylaws as they shoot a new film in Lake Hawea. And a fire on board a refuse truck sends smoke signals curling across the central city this morning. Good evening, I'm Craig Story. The Dunedin Urgent Doctors is in recovery following Dunedin's weather bomb. The wait is over for patients, some of whom were standing outside when the premises reopened this morning. Practice manager Martin Chamberlain also told the ODT today that the centre will soon be moving. Roselle LeBone has more.
Less than 48 hours ago, Dunedin was hit with this. Severe weather that went as quickly as it came caused extensive flooding across the city and closed the Urgent Doctors Centre. I'm Roselle LeBone. The skies are calm and Dunedin's Urgent Doctors has reopened again today following its closure after the weather bomb that hit Dunedin on Monday afternoon. The flooded surgery was closed from Monday night with urgent cases referred to the emergency department. It reopened at 10:30 this morning. Clinical leader of Dunedin ED, Dr John Chambers, said in a statement 140 attendances meant the department was very busy with a greater proportion of minor injuries and illnesses recorded. Additionally, there were longer wait times for patients and for critically injured patients received following a serious crash. Dunedin Urgent Doctors Practice Manager Martin Chamberlain says the damage to the interior was minimal, but confirms an evacuation did occur.
We had water entering the roof area and then cascading down into the premises, so we evacuated and then began clean-up and we reopened this morning.
Mr Chamberlain also confirmed to the Otago Daily Times this morning Dunedin Urgent Doctors and Accident Centre and the Urgent Pharmacy will be shifting to Falul Street, to the site of the former Para Rubber outlet. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
The Otago Daily Times understands Delta and Aurora Chief Executive Grady Cameron is set to announce he is standing down. Cameron has been under pressure over the state of the Aurora network and is set to confirm he will not seek either of the two new roles expected to be advertised later this week. A Deloitte report recommended that the twin companies be split with separate boards and chief executives. It is understood that Cameron is planning to leave his post on June the 30th, but may continue in one of the new roles as an interim measure until a permanent replacement is appointed. The Queenstown Lakes District Council is using its navigation safety bylaw to exclude boats from an area of Lake Hawea near where a Disney movie, A Wrinkle in Time, is being shot. The Neck is one of the few places boaties can safely launch their boats on Lake Hawea, but this morning it became part of an exclusion zone set up by the council, citing safety reasons.
Paparazzi, the media want to try and get a scoop in relation to the filming that's taking place, and so the concern is boaties and people trying to get that scoop of they're just doing their job, but maybe not being considerate to other people who are on the lake as well. And so to try and minimise the likelihood of any risk to public safety, we felt it necessary to exclude the use of that area.
The council announced the exclusion zone on its Facebook site at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, causing consternation amongst commenters on the page, of course. Some of those who responded questioned whether the council's actions were legitimate. The exclusion zone remains in force until Friday night. The movie set can be seen on the hill above the lake and stars Reese Witherspoon and Oprah Winfrey, and they were expected to be on set on location today. A Cromwell man has pleaded guilty to conspiring to supply MDMA, but he disputes his level of culpability in the case. 21-year-old Devon Gregory Matheson appeared before Judge Michael Turner in the Alexandra District Court this week. He faced a charge of conspiring with Sam O'Callaghan to supply the Class B drug known as MDMA. Police intercepted about 500 grams of MDMA, or ecstasy, from unoccupied holiday homes in Clyde. Matheson's counsel, Fiona Guy-Kidd, says her client's role was to check addresses for packages, which he admitted. However, he disputes how many packages he knew about. The case was remanded until March the 23rd for a date to be set for sentencing. A waste management refuse truck caught alight in central Dunedin this morning. The company says its driver was uninjured and a replacement truck is on its way to help share the load while the damaged truck is out of action. Emergency services were called into Dunedin's Graham Street in the Central Hill suburbs following reports of a rubbish truck on fire. Now, these dramatic images were captured by Dunedin photographer Michael Shoughton as he was passing. National Manager for Waste Management New Zealand, Marsha Cadman, believes the fire likely started in the waste collected this morning, really. She says that they will have a better indication once the load is emptied from the truck and inspected by the fire department. Cadman says there may have been some delay in this afternoon's collection, but a replacement truck is on the way from Christchurch while the damaged truck is being taken care of. Still to come on the South today, maybe you've been mentioned in the Mayor's Honours list, and it's O Week at SIT in Invercargill.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order Emu oil today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
The University of Otago, New Zealand's only true collegiate university. For first-year students, the history, the expectations of excellence are
unfamiliar.
G'day, I'm next door.
Hi, next door. I'm Samantha Pascoe.
No, you're not. I'm Josh, Clyde, Science. And you are?
Sam, Hastings, Law and Arts.
Tane, Auckland, Commerce. Osaka, Greece, Classics. History.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Travelling this weekend? Think slow.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know UV radiation can penetrate through clouds, meaning you can still get sunburnt on a cloudy day?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
We're a 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
For over 35 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing outdoor power equipment and are well established in home heating, installing wood fires. Call in and meet the friendly team. Roslyn Mowers and Heating, 150 Kaikorai Valley Road.
Thank you for staying with The South today. The median house price across Otago rose to a new standard, a new record of $310,000. That is up $28,000 compared with December of 2015. Prices rose 29% in North Otago and 7% in Dunedin, but fell by 16% in South Otago. Sales across the region fell 12% compared to December of 2015, with sales falling 8% in North Otago, 13% in Dunedin and 14% in South Otago. REINZ regional commentator Liz Nidd says investors from Auckland continue to be active in this market, and with more activity from that source than any other investor group. She says LVR rules have been absorbed by the market, prompting an increase in first home buyers. Those Aucklanders, eh? A reception was held for local recipients of the New Zealand Honours List today. Mayor Dave Cole hosted the function, which acknowledged the success of local luminaries who had received top honours in 2016 and 2017. The list include Allied Press's own Nicholas Smith, who became an officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit in the new year, and Paralympian Anna Grimaldi, who was appointed a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit for her services to athletics. The afternoon tea was held on the terrace of the Dunedin Centre. How jolly. Invercargill is experiencing a rise in student activity. It is orientation week at the Southern Institute of Technology, and thus far students have partaken in bumper ball, markets, sausage sizzles, and have enjoyed live DJs. Tomorrow's scheduled activity is a lunchtime hot yoga. After the break on The South today, the police need your help again, and a notorious Invercargill traffic intersection is about to receive its very own traffic lights. Oh, and the weather, it's good, very good.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
The University of Otago, an institute of world-class education and the social epicentre of the city, with outfits needed for more formal functions like the ball and for less formal functions like
The zoo? Are you sure?
Yeah, trust me.
Yeah, Dad, you'll definitely see me. I'm the one in the yellow and blue face paint and the onesie in the zoo.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Travelling this weekend? Think slow.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know UV radiation can penetrate through clouds, meaning you can still get sunburnt on a cloudy day?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product, and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
We're a 25 Moray Place, Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focusing on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
For over 35 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing outdoor power equipment and are well established in home heating, installing wood fires. Call in and meet the friendly team. Roslyn Mowers and Heating, 150 Kaikorai Valley Road.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books, with the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street. Channel 39 brings you highlights of the Burt Munro Challenge Beach Race, held at Arete Beach this summer. Thursday nights at 8 p.m.
Thank you for sticking with the South today. Police are seeking witnesses to an assault which took place in Dunedin early last Friday morning. Just before 6 a.m. on the 10th of February, a man was assaulted outside the main doors of Dunedin International Airport, sustaining a serious facial injury. He was then assaulted again a short time later, this time near the airport's fire station. Following the second attack, the victim's vehicle was unlawfully taken. Police have two persons of interest in custody in relation to the incident, but they are asking for any witnesses to please come forward. Traffic disruptions at a busy Invercargill intersection will continue for another 6 weeks. The Invercargill City Council is installing traffic lights at the notorious intersection of Kelvin and Herbert Streets at last. The intersection is rife for its near accidents and delays at peak hours. Council Roading Manager Russell Pearson says motorists won't have to make tough decisions if there's enough space between cars to make safe turns, but the work is expected to finish by the end of March. Good story, this. A stylish 91-year-old's wardrobe is having a renaissance leading into Dunedin Fashion Week. With her clothes already classics, it's hard to guess whose legacy will live the longest, Mona's or her dresses.
You might have seen the movie about 91-year-old fashionista Iris. Well, now it's Mona Matthewson's time to take a turn in the spotlight as she sheds her fashion pieces of the past. I'm Rosella Bone. I'm here with Mona Matthewson. The two ladies behind me, Monica and Rachel, are wearing examples of some of Mona's favourite attire. And it was around this time, 67 years ago, that Mona had her wedding reception at this very spot. For the second year, Shop on Carroll will transform into a 1930s vintage store for the month of March. It's giving Mona a chance to be reunited with her wardrobe and to sell some clothes.
There was a photo of it in the paper, and I thought, oh, I'll ring up. And I rang up and said, the picture of the frock in the paper, I've got that frock. And the next thing, this young lady came to the front door and had a look at it and said, "Oh, could we?" And away she went with it. It was another of my favourites that I thought they might like to hear, because there's no way I'll wear it again. I've shrunk in the last few years.
The dresses hold special significance to Mona, who wore them to some of her most memorable occasions, including her wedding reception at the Dunedin RSA. The dresses are now up for sale, as she says it's time to part with them.
No, I gave it to them because it's no use to me. None of my family could wear it.
Shop front space is being cleared as piles of vintage clothing arrives at Shop on Carroll.
It's gorgeous.
This dress from Christian Dior was especially designed to clothe New Zealand women.
Oh, the windows are all going to be done vintage style. We've got old books, we've got I've just been looking at some old books, 1897, and it's just beautiful. The quality of these books are just gorgeous. Clothing is a big thing for us.
Mona can rest assured her dresses will be well cared for as they take pride of place at Shop on Carroll in the coming weeks. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Wow. And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Dunedin's urgent doctors reopened this morning for the first time following Monday's extreme weather event which flooded the premises. Boaties have been banned from a section of Lake Hawea due to the filming of a Walt Disney movie starring Oprah Winfrey and Reese Witherspoon. And Waste Management is relieved that their driver is uninjured after the rubbish truck he was driving caught fire in Dunedin this morning. All right, it's that regular segment of the program, and Deputy Editor, a good day to you, Craig Page. What's in tomorrow's ODT?
Good evening. Yeah, we'll obviously have more on the announcement today that Grady Cameron, the Delta and Aurora Chief Executive, won't be restanding for the positions. It's been a big ODT story for us in recent months, which we broke late last year, with concerns over safety of many power poles, thousands of power poles in Dunedin and Central Otago. Concerns maintenance hadn't been done and kept up to date with money being spent elsewhere within the company.
It is a story that just keeps on giving and unfolding.
It certainly has been. We've made many a front page lead out of it, and there'll be another one tomorrow. Interesting that there was a review and that recommended that both companies end up separate and have separate boards, and Mr Cameron's decided he won't be standing for those board positions. He'll be staying in place till the end of the year, sort of overseeing the next developments, I guess, there. But yeah, big development for that company.
I'm sure the story has a long way to go yet.
I think there's more to come. On the sporting front, we're looking at the Highlanders. They've got their final hit out tomorrow ahead of the Super Rugby competition, which starts next week, playing the Waratahs in Sydney. We catch up with Tony Brown.
Good.
He's got some, I guess, some big issues ahead, how he's going to manage his players. 8 All Blacks back, but they're only allowed to play 40 minutes of rugby tomorrow. Given they weren't involved in the 10s last weekend, some of them could be severely underdone going into Super Rugby, but they're all stars, so hopefully they'll do the job come next Friday night.
Very interesting season ahead of us.
It is, and of course the students are back in town. It's hard not to notice that. We've been down talking to some in their flat selection, what has led to where they're going to be living for the next 12 months. Some in Hyde Street who can see their flat isn't the greatest thing in town and they're paying a lot of money for it, but they wouldn't be anywhere else with Hyde Street Party.
Why would you want to be anywhere else?
Exactly.
Good time.
And orientation guide coming out in tomorrow's ODT, a comprehensive look at all the events for next week's orientation week, and so students will know what to do and their parents will know where they are as well, so plenty of reading in that.
Marvellous. Deputy Editor Craig Page, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Right, time now to have a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn Sports Valve.
We're going to start with today's southern view taken at Queen's Drive in Invercargill. And more weather shots. There we go. That's people enjoying lunch and the green in Queenstown. And look at this. Brace yourself. That is blue sky, Dunedin. Take a photo. Looking at the situation now. Okay, for the next few days, a delicious anticyclone is parked, bringing clear skies, sunshine, pleasant, warm temperatures, but coastal nor'easters and high cloud on Friday and Saturday. But that's about all. For the southern outlook, well, looking at Balclutha to Catlins to Gore and to Lumsden, light winds between 18 and 21 for you. It's a glorious place to be. To the central outlook now, we'll look towards Alexandra, where light winds fine in 20, Queenstown light winds fine in 25, Taianau fine 20, Wanaka, glorious 23 degrees, light winds and fine all across. A little bit north we go to Oamaru, where moderate nor'easters, fine and 19. Omarama, light winds, fine and 24. Timaru, moderate nor'easters, fine and 23. And Twizel, light winds, fine and 23 for you too. Goodness me, good weather. In Dunedin tonight, light winds, fine. It says 6, but it feels like 10. And for Thursday, fine and sunny conditions, light nor'easters, pleasant conditions. 12 and 18 are your numbers. And Friday, sunshine at first, high cloud and stronger nor'easters late in the day. Your numbers are 11 and 17. A change is due on Saturday though, be ready. And to Invercargill tonight, well, it feels like 6, I'm told, and mostly fine. But Thursday, fine, sunny, light northerlies, mild conditions, 7 and 18. And Friday, more of the same. Fine and sunny conditions, high cloud late in the day, 11 and 20, can't beat Invercargill on a glorious summer afternoon. And on behalf of the diligent and hard-working staff of the South Today, it's my pleasure. I'm Craig Story. Thank you and good evening.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.